Hello, guys. I'm going to give you an advice in business because I've been trying to do Airbnb and then um, Booking.com and seeing what can work since March this year. So yeah, and I had some quite ups and downs. Uh, Look, when you're going to start a business, it's actually very good to study the environment in which you live and what is the demand in the place that you live, because if you don't do careful studies about that, I think you might be losing out. So you have to really carefully study, because business also changes from year to year and from time to time. You might have done studies, I don't know, 5 years ago. I don't think that matters again. Matters really. You have to redo the studies again and to restudy the environment in which you are, because if you are not actually willing to get into market very urgently, you don't need to do the studies. But if you are urgently, you have the means and you want to get into the business, so make sure that you do the studies of the environment in which you live in, and you study the demand that is actually in the area that you live in. Because I remember when it was in 2018, 2017, the market in Europe was very good, and especially in Norway. There was a lot of demand in terms of Airbnb. So we had a lot of customers kind of visiting us, and we had just one room which we were renting out, and the demand was really nice. So we thought, okay, since we actually build a, a what a I can say an apartment. So we thought, okay, let's try Airbnb and Booking.com, and I think that was really after a lot of observations and a lot of trials. I can come to the conclusion that where we are, especially in Drammen, because we're talking about the Drammen area. So business really has not been as we expected it to be, because we expected actually business to be very good and to be very profitable in summer, because that's when you have a lot of people traveling, a lot of tourists coming in and traveling across this country. But it's been really hard in terms of getting the means that you're supposed to. So let's say if actually this apartment that we have was booked, we could have, let me say, 40,000, just to put a number, 40,000 Norwegian crown, but it has not been even near half to that, or near half a third of that. So we've been struggling in terms of that, because there are not a lot of people actually from Norway and from across Europe coming again, and to book the apartment, which has really kind of have a direct impact on us in terms of allocating these resources, because we have actually to take our savings and to reinvest in the house, because we have to pay again the house to the bank. So all those things have been really impacting us, because we've not had a lot of customers who can actually come and rent to us. So what has been the reason? I think one prime reason has been because we have not been able to actually maybe do the study very well in this environment and in this area. And we thought that because it worked very well in 2018, and then it should work very well in 2025. This has been 6 years almost, so there is a big difference between then and now. And the environment right now is that the economy is very tight in terms of people do not have what they had then, because people are very rich by then, but now people are getting they have very very little means, and they want to spare all that. The food is very expensive, transport is very expensive, everything is very expensive, even even what even even government punishment or whatever, they send us tickets, it's very expensive, the taxes are very expensive, everything really very expensive. I got a, a, a ticket when I was driving, and I had a very big bill, just for actually using the taxi line, and that was a very big bill. So the government want to win money. The government does not have money. Well, it says it has money, but we never say that. Norwegian government always say that they have money, offshore money and all that, but we never say that anyway. um that's another subject of another day. We're gonna dive into it. But the thing is, so I think people are really their pockets are really tight, so people do not have the means to actually travel beyond and to have all that relaxed and luxury life, because everything is increasingly becoming very, very expensive. And also, not only that, you have actually America, which is unstable for the moment. The United States, which is not really stable. You have the president there trying to crash down every pin of the money that was actually getting out of the system and all that. And at the same time, you have also Europeans again going through the war in Ukraine, in Russia. You have all those tourists, they have been hindered from traveling and all that. So you have a lot of challenges, per se, a lot of challenges in the economy, in the market. So you can see really the people diving in. And of course, housing is becoming very expensive. So interest rates is very high. You have an interest rate of 5 point something percent. So all those things actually landing in and coming in and having a very particular place in the market. So this have been really impacting us very much. And so you have people coming, maybe in a month you can have, let's say, if you are lucky, if you're very lucky, you can have like three people or four, three people, and all of these will take 2 nights, one night. And sometimes you have people who actually come. And this one I've had recently, they say it is one person, because once it is two, you have an increase of 10% or 20%. So they don't want to pay that increase. They lie and they close all the windows and the blinds. So and afterward, you find that the room has been used by four people. That's one of the disadvantages of that. So I think that is my take in. So again, it comes on the area that you live in. If you're living in one of the most expensive places and the most beautiful places, you can still make a lot of money. We are talking about an area which is a natural area, which is a very beautiful area. But it's still more. It's really not. It's really not. You have to have. You have to be somewhere different, and things have to be really kind of different if you want to really win. So that's my take out of this place, Croc. And I hope that you have learned something from this. And we'll hope and see if there is any changes. I'll let you know. So this is business at hand, at first hand, and how I experience it, and how it's really impacting a lot of people. So I've seen a lot of businesses closing. I've seen a lot of people doing businesses that have shifted and they want to have no more work. So anyway, things keep on changing. Things keep on changing. There is nothing which is constant. But the only thing is, you have to keep working hard. You have to keep actually improving yourself and improving the environment in which you live in. Things are not going to be easy, but you keep on working hard and keep on chasing that cash. So anyway, see you on the next one. And if you have any comments, please put it in the comments. We want to hear your comments and what you think about this. And how do you think about your business? How is it going? And how is actually your experience where you are? So see you on the next one.